industry. According to initial statistics, Vietnam has some 300 paper mills, of which 7 are state-owned enterprises and 20 local authorities-owned enterprises. The remaining are of different economic sectors. In 2002, Vietnam's paper industry produced 420,000 tons of paper of different types. The industry also produced 263,000 tons of pulp of different types. The industry met 70 to 80% of the domestic demands. The prominent characteristic of the paper and pulp sector is that almost all the paper and pulp factories are small-scale with backward technology. Over the past 30 years, there has been no major investment, and most of the capital has been used to upgrade equipment and machines in the paper and pulp industry. Compared to other countries in the region, Vietnam's investment in the industry was few. The Bai Bang paper and pulp mill has the biggest production capacity and the most modern chain of machines, even though they have been imported since 1970s, and currently many stages of production have to be replaced to meet the demands for higher productivity, products of better quality, and reduction of environmental pollution. In addition, the levels of technology, equipment and machines are different among paper and pulp mills. At all the paper and pulp mills, the targets for material, energy and chemical consumption are high, and it is a waste. So, in order to increase the output and the quality of the products, to modernize the industry, and to compete with the imported products, Vietnam's paper and pulp industry has no other choice but identify new solutions to change the production process and method.
Thức sản xuất.
Với lý do là ngành giấy của chúng ta hiện nay là rất là phát triển, cái nhu cầu về sử dụng giấy
because the paper and pulp industry in our country has developed, the demands for paper is very high. Compared to other countries, the usage of paper is still small. For example, in industrially developed countries, average demand for paper is 300 kilograms a head a year. But in Vietnam, the figure is about 12 to 15 kilograms a head a year. Secondly, the paper and pulp industry has currently used many materials, water, energy, and other precious materials. Therefore, the potential of fuel and energy saving is big. Thirdly, we selected the paper and pulp industry because it is still very backward, especially the local authorities-owned mills whose technology and equipment are poor.
Cấp địa phương thì công nghiệp là những cái thiết bị chắp vá không đồng bộ và lựa chọn các cái thiết bị và công nghệ.
Most of their technology are second-hand. There is a need for the application of cleaner production and the changes in materials and technology in order to reduce energy and fuel consumption.
Nhiên liệu, tiêu thụ năng lượng và tiêu thụ định mức nguyên liệu cũng rất là lớn.
Most of the wastewater discharged from the factories contain chemical dissolution and toxic agents polluting the environment. In addition, chemicals used during and after the production process greatly influenced the discharge flow. The treatment of wastewater and waste substances is poor. In face with the difficult production and business, many enterprises were not able to afford investment in wastewater treatment system and in renewing technology in order to reduce environment pollution. As a result, when enterprises applied cleaner production, they have re-evaluated their operation to identify the level of fuel and energy to be used, as well as to study the reasons leading to wastefulness and the level of pollution. The purposes aim to select the most feasible solutions which are in conformity with the economic conditions and characteristics of the production of each enterprise.
Điều kiện kinh tế và đặc thù sản xuất của đơn vị mình.
Trong ngành giấy thì chúng tôi cũng thực hiện.
In our paper and pulp industry, we also applied a systematic method, the auditing method, to evaluate the outcome of cleaner production. It consists of 6 steps and 18 tasks. For each enterprise, the selection of which stage to evaluate cleaner production depends on some factors, including waste of materials, water, fuel, and energy. With the knowledge and experience learned at training courses on cleaner production, almost all the enterprises recognize the levels of waste and the causes to environmental pollution in their factories, as well as understood the benefits and efficiency of the new measure of cleaner production. These enterprises selected solutions involving the improvement of equipment, investment in upgrading production chains, renewing technology in order to reduce the leakage of materials and energy. We recognized that the application of cleaner production will minimize environmental pollution and bring about high economic efficiency. From the training courses, we learned how to apply cleaner production in industries, especially in our companies. We also recognized that application of cleaner production is not difficult, but application of cleaner production will be good if the leadership of our company is interested in this method. After that, we have developed a program of cleaner production at the Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill.
Từ đó thì chúng tôi đã đặt ra một cái chương trình áp dụng sản xuất sạch hơn ở công ty giấy Bãi Bằng.
In the world today, the modern production chain consumes 8 cubic meters of water to produce 1 ton of paper. In our country, the figure varies between 200 and 500 cubic meters of water according to different technologies. A huge amount of water is accompanied with a great deal of energy, the pumping network, and the losses of pulp washed away by the water. The losses of chemicals in water as well as the increase of VOD and COD volumes in the discharge water will pollute the environment. So water and saving water is one of the important focal points in the cleaner production program. While applying cleaner production, the Đồng Nai Paper Company focused on measures to reduce waste discharge and waste recycling in order to reduce environmental pollution. The whole production chain has been repaired and upgraded. Workers have been trained to improve their skills. In 2000, investment has made to improve the network of quality control. Level of water usage at Đồng Nai Paper Company. Before applying cleaner production, 125 cubic meters per ton. After applying cleaner production, 67 cubic meters per ton. The Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has saved 360,000 cubic meters of water thanks to the installment of a cyclone in the energy return network in the boiling workshop. A water-saving measure has also been applied in other workshops, reducing water consumption from 80 cubic meters of water to 45 cubic meters of water. Mylan Joint Stock Paper Company has applied cleaner production by renewing its technology, upgrading its infrastructure, replacing outdated equipment. As a result, water consumption was reduced from 135 cubic meters of water to 100 cubic meters of water. Water saving also helped reduce investment in wastewater treatment. The contents of wastewater consist of paper pulp and lignin. In the past, these substances were directly discharged into the environment without any treatment. Currently, new effective production modes have been introduced, thus reducing production costs by cutting off waste materials and minimizing environmental pollution. and as a result, the company has become more competitive. By applying cleaner production, the Mainland Paper Company has invested in technology, improved its equipment for recycling of water. BOD and COD volumes in wastewater have reached standards. The Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has developed a network of separating pulp from discharged water for recycling. During the process of production, the remaining water, with the concentration of 0.12%, will be led to the recycling network, where air pressure together with special substances to collect the pulp, which will then be taken to the production chain again. The water with the concentration of 0.01% will be led to the water tank. This water will be used to water the net and to fill the vacuum pump. This network has helped save clean water, reduce the discharge of polluted water into the environment, and recycle 87 to 92% of the pulp. In addition, the company replaced its filtering system. As a result, only 0.23 tons of solid waste has been discharged into the environment every day, instead of 1.6 tons. Black solution is another waste created in the process of boiling. The discharge of this solution pollutes the environment. The Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has collected from 96 to 98% of the volumes, thanks to its closed cycle, which returns soda and sulfur. Investment in upgrading and repairing production chain, equipment and technology decreased the consumption of fuel, energy, minimized environmental pollution, and increased the productivity and product quality. Depending on its economic conditions and its output, the company will decide its investment in technology. Investment in technology by the Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has helped reduce water consumption and increase its annual output from 50,000 tons to 75,000 tons of paper.
Từ đó tiêu hao hơi giảm xuống, giảm mức nước tiêu thụ, tăng năng suất thiết bị.
Với cái việc chuyển đổi công nghệ kiểm tính thì để tăng cường chất lượng của sản phẩm, tăng hiệu quả sản xuất thì chúng tôi đã tiến hành lắp đặt
With the new technology of using on-cloud, we have installed the preset system to control the quality of paper in order to increase the output and production efficiency.
Định lượng tờ giấy thì nó đều hơn, cái hiệu quả sản xuất nó tăng hơn rất nhiều. Chúng ta tăng được độ ẩm của cái
The system can control and adjust the quality of paper according to a required indicator.
Do những cái khuyết tật của tờ giấy sinh ra trong quá trình sản xuất.
The system reduces the number of unqualified paper and the mill's output has increased by 5%.
Theo tính sơ bộ thì ít nhất nó phải tăng được khoảng 5% cái sản lượng sản xuất do cái hệ thống QCS này mang lại.
In 2001, the Đồng Nai Paper Company invested in a vertical pump boiler with indirect steaming system to replace the outdated boiler, which consumed a lot of steel and heavily polluted the environment. In fact, the steam consumed for the production of 1 ton of paper was reduced to 42%, cutting the pulp price to 400,000 Vietnam dong per ton. The Bombay degree was increased from 8 degree to 13 to 14 degree, thus increasing the capacity of returning chemicals, in other words, reducing the discharge of chemicals into the environment. In 1998, the Đồng Nai Paper Company invested in a system of recycling soda from wastewater. The system, which can recycle 78% of soda, has reduced the discharge of BOD and COD in wastewater thus meeting the standards of environmental protection. To improve the quality of its products, in 2002, the company invested 3 billion Vietnam dong in a paper cutting machine. Whitening the pulp is a stage of production which is often seriously polluted the environment. Due to backward technology and outdated equipment and the lack of concern over environmental protection in the past, almost all paper and pulp mills in Vietnam used chlorine or chloride to whiten the pulp. On the average, to whiten 1 ton of pulp, 100 kilograms of chlorine or chlorides with 50% of chlorine particles. When they dissolved in water, they will produce organic chloride, which includes toxic organic chlorine. In addition, chlorine is a working environment will directly impact the health of the worker. For countries with advanced technologies, this method was abolished. In Vietnam, many enterprises still use this outdated method because they are too poor to invest in new technology. The My Lan Joint Stock Company, the Tân Mai Paper Mill, and the Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill are now using other sound environment chemicals. One of the successes of cleaner production program is the saving of energy. Almost all the companies who involved in cleaner production agreed that energy and fuel have been saved. My Lan Joint Stock Company has reduced its fuel from 600 liters to 400 and 450 liters per ton. Energy consumption for a ton of paper has reduced from 2,000 and 2,500 kilowatt to 1,600 kilowatt. Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has reduced the annual consumption of coal to 16,435 tons, as well as decreased the volumes of CO2 discharged into the environment. The Việt Trì Paper Company also reduced by 3.6% of the energy. The Đồng Nai Paper Company reduced the drying steam from 4.2 to 3.9 tons per 1 ton of paper. In addition, the company invested 2.8 billion Vietnam dong in purchasing a new steamer, and as a result, the amount of FO was reduced by 11.3% per tons of steam. The decrease of fuel also means the decrease of gas created from the burning of coal or diesel for the steamer.
Động trực tiếp đến giảm lượng khí phát thải, đặc biệt là các khí nhà kính sinh ra từ quá trình đốt than hay diesel trong hệ thống nồi hơi.
Bãi Bằng là coi là xử lý khá đầy đủ, tức là về chất khí, chất lỏng, chất
The Bãi Bằng Paper and Pulp Mill has invested a lot in the treatment of solid and liquid waste and gas by collecting them for recycling. The technology has been considered the most modern one in the paper making industry in Vietnam. However, there are still a number of pending issues. For example, the smell has not yet been resolved and continue to disturb local people. It is the smell of the compound of sulfur and lignin. Water discharged into the Red River is still dark and undermining the living environment of the water creatures. Or some chemicals have not yet been dissolved. So, some Vietnamese standards have not yet been achieved. But it is important to identify the orientation for the company's leaders to discover things we haven't achieved. It is necessary to access all new science and technology to improve our production chain in order to achieve a target of producing 400,000 tons of paper a year. However, new technology must ensure that it won't undermine the environment.
Nhưng mà phải là không ảnh hưởng đến môi trường xung quanh. Rồi là với cái ý đồ là sản xuất sản phẩm tốt để sẵn sàng mình hội nhập APTA.
Application of cleaner production in some industries, including the paper industry, proves that in addition to investment in technology and equipment, it is important to raise the awareness and change the behavior of the leaders and workers, thus making them better understand cleaner production. training of key leaders is significant.
Chỉ chương trình sản xuất sạch hơn ở doanh nghiệp.
Xí nghiệp luôn ý thức được cái vấn đề sản xuất sạch là một vấn đề sự tồn tại, phát triển của xí nghiệp cho tất cả, không phải riêng ai cho công ty mà cả riêng cho toàn thể cán bộ công nhân viên của xí nghiệp. Nên từ đó đã
We
mạnh
have
dạn
understood
tham gia
that
chương trình
cleaner
sản xuất sạch Việt
production
Nam.
is significant in
Thì
terms
giai
of
đoạn
the
một
company's
là
existence and
về mặt
development.
tổ chức thì xí nghiệp đã hình thành một
So
cái
we
cơ cấu
took part
bộ máy
in the
tổ chức
program of cleaner production.
của do cái sản xuất sạch Việt Nam hướng dẫn. Một là người chuyên trách nằm trong
In
lãnh
phase
đạo
1,
của
we
xí
established
nghiệp.
an
Hai
organizational
là một
mechanism
nhóm
for
thường
cleaner
trực
production.
gồm có 3 người. Thứ ba là một nhóm về sản xuất sạch của xí nghiệp.
The mechanism consists of one
Bước
full-time
đầu
person
thì
who
tất
is
cả
a
mọi
member
người
of the company's
Đi
leadership.
qua những cái khóa tập huấn đã được trung tâm sản xuất sạch huấn luyện, đào tạo từng giai đoạn. Sau đó
In
đưa ra
phase
những
2,
tìm
a
hiểu những cái
working
nguyên
group
nhân
of 3 members was set up.
sinh ra sự tổn thất về năng lượng, về môi trường, về nguyên nhiên vật liệu.
In phase 3,
Kế
a
tiếp
group of cleaner
là
production
đưa
was
ra những cái
formed.
giải pháp kỹ thuật để thực hiện từng bước. Thì tóm lại trong 3 giai đoạn 1
Anyone
là
involved
thực
in
hiện
cleaner
những cái
production attended
phần
a
1
training course.
nằm trong chương trình sản xuất sạch của xí nghiệp, gồm có thay đổi những cái phần thiết bị, những cái phần
At
chi
first,
tiết máy,
when
những
talked
cái
about
phần
cleaner
về tổng
production,
quan,
people thought that
những cái phần
it was a
chi
big
tiết
measure
mà
which
ít tốn
required
kém nhất.
a lot of
Thực
investment,
ra sản xuất sạch
and that
lúc
only
đầu
a
thì mọi người cứ
sophisticated
nghĩ là
company
một cái
would be
vấn đề
able
rất
to
là lớn
apply
lao mà
cleaner
đòi hỏi
production.
phải đầu tư tiền nhiều
But it turned
và
out to be
phải là một
different.
công ty hiện đại, nhưng mà thực ra
Cleaner
khi
production
tiếp xúc
closely
với
links
thực tế
to
và
the daily
triển khai
life of
thì
the company.
cái này thì vấn đề sản xuất sạch nó gần như là gắn liền với cái cuộc sống hàng ngày của công ty.
Cleaner production in industry in general and in paper sector in particular requires constant and regular implementation of a series of measures. Due to limited financial capability, most of the paper companies should first focus on implementing internal measures. Cleaner production can only be successfully applied in those companies whose top leaders are well aware of its importance and voluntarily applied it in their production.
Thức được tầm quan trọng của nó trong sự phát triển lâu dài của doanh nghiệp, tự nguyện áp dụng vào hoạt động sản xuất của công ty.
Sản xuất sạch hơn là một cái việc mà ngoài cái lợi ích
Cleaner
về kinh tế
production is of great
thì
significance
nó
for
gắn liền
both
với lợi
economic
ích bảo vệ môi
development
trường.
and
Đây là hai
environmental
mặt của một vấn
protection.
đề mà nếu anh
There
tách
are
rời nó
two
ra thì rất là khó làm.
inseparable issues
Anh muốn sản
that
xuất sạch, anh phải
interrelated
có
with
hiệu quả
each
về kinh
other.
tế. Và nếu từ cái hiệu
Cleaner
quả kinh tế
production
trong sản
depends
xuất
on
thì anh cũng
economic
phải bảo đảm
efficiency,
được cái
and when you have
điều
economic
kiện về môi trường.
efficiency, you should seek to
Sản xuất sạch
ensure
hơn
environmental
nó
conditions.
là một cái quan niệm, tức là phải duy
There should
trì
be
một
a
cái
change
cách
in
nhìn
the
nhận về
concept
sản
of
xuất,
cleaner
cái nhìn nhận
production,
mới về sản
which
xuất,
needs
tức
to
là
be
phải
implemented
áp dụng liên tục
constantly
cái
and
phương pháp sản
regularly,
xuất,
rather than
duy trì một cách
periodically
liên tục,
and
thường xuyên, chứ
temporarily.
không phải là làm theo phong trào và làm
As a
xong rồi
result, I
thôi.
think that the
Chính
Đồng
vì
Nai
vậy thì
Paper Company
tôi nghĩ
will
rằng là
continue
công ty Giấy
to
Đồng
take
Nai
appropriate
trong cái thời gian
measures
sắp
to
tới, chúng tôi
promote
vẫn
its production
phải tiếp
on
tục
the more
kiếm thêm những
environment-friendly
cái giải pháp
basis.
để làm sao mà đẩy mạnh sản xuất
This
theo
move
cái chiều
will
hướng
also
là
help
có
us
thân
reduce
thiện với môi
our
trường.
production
Đồng
cost.
thời thì những cái việc làm như vậy nó cũng giúp chúng tôi tiết kiệm được những cái định mức kinh tế kỹ thuật và giảm được cái giá thành trong sản xuất.
Both international experts and Vietnam Cleaner Production Center agreed that the paper industry has a great potential in cleaner production, particularly in the current situation when enterprises are striving to renew and improve their management and technology to prepare for their global integration bid. Evaluation and study of cleaner production will provide them a reliable basis to decide on their investment, as well as provide them necessary database to build up an environment and quality control system of international standards, which are ISO 9000 and ISO 14000.
Sản xuất sạch hơn là một cái phương pháp tối ưu cho cái sản xuất bột giấy và giấy.
Cleaner production is an ideal choice for the production of paper and pulp because it doesn't require big investment, while bringing about high economic profit and ensuring environmental conditions. It is easy to use and can be applied step by step.
Là một năm làm ngay hoặc là một tháng làm ngay, mà trong quá trình sản xuất phát hiện ra những chỗ nào thất thoát nhiều thì có những biện pháp xử lý ngay.
If leader of a company is well aware of cleaner production, he will gradually and constantly apply it to improve production chain, thus reducing unexpected loss and increasing profits.
Và các cái thất thoát nó sẽ giảm bớt đi và hiệu quả, cái lợi nhuận của nhà máy nó cũng sẽ được tăng lên.
The International Monetary Fund has predicted that the world economy will continue to grow at an average rate of 2.5% and that Asia will record the fastest growth. Vietnam aims to reach an economic growth rate of 7.5% this year. Together with other economic sectors, the paper and pulp sector will try its best to improve its production capacity and quality of its products. In the immediate future, it will invest in upgrading and expanding 7 establishments affiliated to Vietnam Paper Corporation. It will also implement 18 new projects, mostly in producing paper pulp, according to the planning and development of material zones. In addition to these measures, cleaner production will be an indispensable option that the paper sector will take to improve its competitiveness and quicken its integration bid.
Tranh và hội nhập.